Hi, Islamic Dad here. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot. So I ended my relationship with my covert narcissist ex just about 8 months ago. In that time, I knew that immediately after we broke up that, while I was recovering, she was busy, pouring all of her energy into the smear campaign. For the most part, I really couldn't care less because the people that she contacted that know me just ignored her, and the people that believed her were people that didn't know me and weren't in my life. So I didn't notice them, to be honest. That said, over the course of the 8 months, there have been a few people here and there who were aware of what she was saying during the smear campaign, and when I asked them about it, they wouldn't tell me. I think that I did a whole video on, flying monkeys, supporters, enablers. They're out there. There are people who, for whatever reason, will take the side of the narcissist, the narcissistic abuser. And sadly, there were a couple of them in my social circle. So, I never knew what was being, what the narrative was that my ex was saying as part of the smear campaign. And then just today, I reconnected with a person who I hadn't had a chance to speak with for various reasons much this year, and they shared with me the narrative as they remember it. And I'm just honestly, I'm in kind of a bit of a state of shock, because much of it was stuff that I had assumed, but other stuff was so outrageous that it really caught me off guard. And so, I guess just, starting at the beginning, so to speak. So, as I've said many, many times, the last year of my relationship with my covert narcissist ex-girlfriend was absolute garbage. I mean, I was just white-knuckling, holding on, waiting for her to come back to planet Earth. I mean, it just, her actions did not match her words. It was not fun. It was not fulfilling. And this went on basically the entire year. And, long before December, I just said, I cannot do this another year. And so I made a vow to myself. And I said, you need to be happy in 2023, whether that's by yourself or with your girlfriend, but you need to be happy either way. Being miserable is not an option for 2023. And so 2022, New Year's Eve, she was distant, as I've described, she was the mannequin. She had emotionally discarded months previously, but was still there physically to some degree. I mean, it was just crap. I mean, it was just not fun at all. And so I thought, okay, well, New Year's Eve, this did not go anywhere like I had hoped to spend New Year's Eve. And so I had what I refer to as a soft breakup. And what that means is that, everyone's familiar with, with the, I'm breaking up with you, this is the end, I'm out of here, bye, type of breakups. And I'm big on maturity, and I like to call out things that I find immature, and that's one of them. And so I thought, okay, look, I'm an adult, I'm going to do the mature thing. And so instead of just saying, I'm breaking up with you, and then just, I don't know, vanishing in a bolt of lightning or something, I started bringing up the things that were not working in the relationship with the, hope that she would agree and understand, where this was going. Where I'd say, okay, this part of the relationship doesn't work. And she would say, yeah, that part, I'm not happy with that either. And like, hey, this used to be fun, and now it's not. And she would say, yeah, I agree. That used to be great, but now it's just not working out. That was what I was hoping for, was where we would, I would have this mature, rational discussion. And at the end of that, we would both agree that the relationship was not functioning anymore. It was not fun. It was not fulfilling. It was just work that was not productive, and that we should end the relationship. So, silly me. That's what I was hoping for. And I didn't get very far. I brought up like the first issue to kind of be like, hey, this used to be good, and this isn't working out right now. Boom. She took it completely personal and got super defensive, and instead of having a conversation, she started lobbing grenades. And so anyways, the conversation was derailed and went, just completely, crashed and burned fairly quickly. But my point is that I was breaking up with her on New Year's Eve. I had already made the decision to do this. Basically, you're either on my team or you're off. I had made that decision like, at least, a couple of weeks, if not a month prior, where I was just like, I can't live like this. And so I was like, New Year's Eve, that is the line in the sand. And so that was 100% my decision, and me bringing up the subject and ending the relationship. So where I'm going with all this is that as part of the smear campaign, I found out that my ex is lying and saying the exact opposite right from the get-go. Step one, she's already broken with reality and is creating her own. So part of her smear campaign is that she was breaking up with me, and that I wasn't taking it well, and that's why she had to do what she did, and that I was involving the police because I was upset that she had ended the relationship with me. Okay, no, full stop. I mean, there's so much insanity there. I'm not sure where to start. So, like I just explained, I was the one that had planned on ending the relationship like a month beforehand. She was the one who then attacked me, which I've, gone over in a couple other videos, when I was breaking up with her. And the reason that I involved the police was not because I was upset that she broke up with me. I involved the police because she physically assaulted me and owed me money. I mean, and again, it's just like one of those things. Yeah, since when can you go to the police and the police, are like, yeah, okay, precinct 9, what's the issue? Yeah, my boyfriend is upset, and he contacted you because he's upset, and I don't think that's okay. Like the police don't. There's no ticket for upset boyfriend or upset girlfriend. Like that you're not breaking a law. But when you when you assault someone, when you destroy private property, when you do other things like that, those things are actually against the law. So I just want let's just get back to planet Earth. Upset boyfriend, that's not breaking a law. Destruction of property, physical assault, you're breaking the law. So I don't know how she thought she could tell people this and they would believe her. But again, some people, apparently you tell them, yeah, my boyfriend, he contacted the police because he's upset because I broke up with him. And they're like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. I don't know who those people are. Apparently they're out there. There was some other stuff that was very disturbing. One of them, which is kind of like by the books, covert. Well, I'm sorry, by the books for any narcissist. I make no secret that I'm bipolar. I mean, okay, this is going to shock you. Dysthymic dad is dysthymic. I know, it's a shock. Complete, took everyone by surprise. But yeah, I do have mental health issues that I am very open about. And then there are other traumas that I'm not so open about, that are much more private, because a lot of people would not understand them. And so some of these traumas I shared with my then girlfriend, and sure enough, as soon as we broke up and she felt like it was all out war, she brought up those traumas and put them on broadcast. And not just broadcast, but taking my traumas and spinning them 180 degrees so that it's like I'm at fault, and then just broadcasted them to anyone and everyone who would hear. And that sucks. It's not like I am ashamed of my traumas at all. I have told some people in my social circles about them. It's like, that's who I am, just being honest. But it's shocking to see someone who was so important to you and that you would, again, live or die for, turn around and, take out those grenades that they've been saving for 2 or 3 years and just start lobbing them in the middle of the crowd. I, was a bit shocked to see that, honestly. I should not have been, because again, that is, narcissism 101. Find people's deep, dark secrets and hold on to them to use as ammo later on when you have a conflict. That's narcissism 101. So, there was that, and then also just kind of a general, tell people to be on the, the lookout, be on the watch. And, for me. And one of the things that I thought, I have sick sense of humor. She had said that he acts really charming and caring, but it's all subterfuge. It's all a ruse. It's just because once he gets in, he's just he's manipulative and he's controlling. So so watch out, everyone watching this. So yeah, I thought that was I don't know. I again, like I find it funny. It's such an odd thing for me to read. But yeah, so after 8 months of being in the dark, but having a good idea based upon I was with her for 4 years, so I kind of knew what type of crap she'd come up with. But I honestly had no idea that it was this revisionist. I mean, to have me break up with her and then her tell everyone that she broke up with me, that's nuts. I mean, that's so beyond strange. And then to have the gall to have her, for her to go and tell everyone that I contacted the police because I was upset that she broke up with me. That doesn't even make logical sense to me. I don't know what law, what the police would be writing, on a warrant for, upset boyfriend. Yep, we'll get all our deputies on this ASAP. I mean, it's just, it just doesn't make sense. So, but yeah, I wanted to share this today. Because I think that it's a good example of a lot of things. I mean, one is the whole, every single thing that you tell the narcissist in confidence, they will file away, keep for months, years, maybe even decades. And then as soon as you're on their bad side, they will pull it out, pull the pin, and lob that grenade right back at you. That is narcissism 101. So, again, shame on me for not expecting that. Also, it's one thing for people to talk about how the narcissists are delusional. I totally get that. To the degree that they would turn reality upside down and then try to convince others. See, that's the thing. I mean, I've known with, like with my narcissist, they'll go cuckoo crazy about stuff in their own head and about like, this is what's happening or something like that, like for themselves. But to turn an event on its head and then broadcast that to everyone that will listen, I hadn't seen that before. I mean, and to me, that's just kind of amazing because it's just so crazy. I mean, it's like factually not true. And so much of this I won't get into, but so much of it is not factually true and can be verified. I mean, like I've joked, I actually have a song that I'm doing in my band where I say there are two sides to every story, and then there are mugshots. I mean, to me, it's like the end. It's like, she says this, and it's like, okay, here's the warrant, here's the police report, here's the mugshot, here's the plea agreement, here's the name of her probation officer. I mean, it's like reality's reality no matter what gibberish the narcissist tries to sell people. So I don't know why the narcissist would go full out and be like, no, I'm just flipping it. I'm going 180, baby, 180. The earth is flat, the sun, rises in the west and sets in the east. And it's like, okay, well, I don't get it, but I guess that's while I'll always be learning about this disorder. So hopefully this has been helpful, and if not, at least entertaining.